So quickly go to Google, then you can find Pixel to Life or something like that. Giving you a whistle-stop tour through this Pixel to Life. Then there's loads of tutorials on there, and you see under 2D graphics there's Inkscape, GIMP, Illustrator. Lots and lots of tutorials. You can find tutorials all over the place. Pixel to Life is a good place to start. You might want to go to YouTube as well, really good ones, but try the tutorials before you give them to the children. We're going to go to Inkscape, and on page 6 of this, I think. Yep, so going to the bottom, page 6. Obviously there's loads of tutorials, but I just happen to know where this one is. It does get moved as more tutorials get added. It's the number 78, drawing people's faces. Notice if you click on it directly, it goes straight to loads of ads. So my suggestion is you go to the URL and paste it in. If you click on the URL, you still get loads of ads, so avoid that. So there's the tutorial I'm suggesting, draw people's face with Inkscape. Another site, we'll come back to that, another site is DeviantArt. Loads of really cool stuff on there. It really inspires the children when they see other people's work, and especially if they've told them how they do things. And there's loads of things to download off here, like brushes, which I'll go to in a second. Be a bit careful with DeviantArt. Just like any art program, book, there's often quite erotic pictures in there, so you just need to be a little bit careful. There is an adult setting on it, but I've successfully managed to get this site unblocked on most schools I've been in, because it is about art. Just use it responsibly. You'll find there's all sorts of tutorials and other things on there. One of the things that's really good are the brushes, and you'll find there's brushes for all sorts of things: flames, smoke, blood. But definitely worth looking through DeviantArt. Anyway, back to the tutorial we're going to look at. Yep. So what we're going to do here is create a face, or Hackagotchi, with Inkscape. And you can follow through that tutorial. I'm going to do a quick sort of simple version of it. The longer you spend on this, the better. When doing it with the children, it's quite useful to find a picture of somebody famous. So the group decided I should do it David Attenborough. When you find a picture, try and find one that's got an expression that's typical of the person and face on. I've seen the children have done loads of these different things. Bob Marley, the Queen, just their favourite pop stars. Anyway, David Attenborough. Now you'll notice I picked one that's not got a very high resolution here. We're doing vector graphics, scalable vector graphics, not bitmap. So it doesn't really matter what size picture I get here. Sometimes you can drag the picture in. I think that works on Windows. If not, just save the image. And then I will open it and bring it in, and again just take the defaults there. We just need to get it in. You see it's quite small. It really doesn't matter because we're not actually using the picture, we're just using that as a template. I'm just showing you how you can really destroy a picture by zooming it inappropriately. Just use Shift or Control to keep it in aspect ratio. So zooming in a bit so you can see the things. I'm going to borrow a mouse any second now, because using my laptop was the keypad on my laptop was not too easy. The best thing to use is a tablet, a Wacom tablet. They're really good. The kids love using them, and you get really fine control. But this one I've just done with a mouse. So using the calligraphy tool, I can't remember what it's called there, calligraphy tool, I'm just reducing the width and just drawing very quickly around the outlines of the face, the ears. But you can see what I'm drawing around. So the idea is use the calligraphy tool and then you zoom in and out to do features, and it's real rough and ready stuff at this point. You see me zooming in there. Control on the wheel on the mouse usually does that quite well. Control Z obviously undoes everything. It's far too big for the nose, so coming down a bit. It's a bit better. I'm not doing the whole face here because it would have taken too long. It's just to give an idea. Sometimes they turn out really good. You can recognise a person straight away. You know, no hesitation. But it does take a bit of practice, and the longer you spend on it, the better the results are. Just using the colour pick tool to choose black for the pupils there, and Control D or Command D if you're using a Mac duplicates whatever you click on. So when you finish putting in that rough detail, then you draw around with the draw tool, and you can take the stroke off here but fill it first. So I'm moving the picture to one side, and the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to select that outline and use the dropper tool. So I've selected it using the dropper tool, picking up skin colour, and you can see depending on where you click in the picture you get different skin tones. So just click around till you find one that you like. And then it's not a layer, but obviously it's an object. It's not like bitmap. These are all mathematically laid out objects. So you can lift one above the other. It's well worth simplifying the outline. I'm just dropping it down behind the layers. It's gone too far. It's gone behind the picture there. Okay. It's worth simplifying it though with Control L. I didn't show the others until later, but if you click on the thing, the objects you've drawn, especially with things like the draw and the calligraphy tool, and then click on the second icon down on the left, you get all the points and you see that you've drawn thousands of points. Well, Control L or Command L will simplify those points without taking away quality. I think I'm doing the same with the lips now. Looks like I forgot to... hello. Oh, I'm just talking about how it fills and fades and things here. So you can use any... And this is always a bit of a wow moment. I try and get the children to understand about making things look three-dimensional. So when you show the children this, normally it gives a bit of a wow. So I'm filling it with white, and then taking the stroke off, and then as you blur it, it makes the object look as though it's three-dimensional, which is really cool. And nearly always gets a bit of a wow from the children. Anyway, I'm going back to drawing my Hakkagotchi. Picking up eye colours and things. I must have misclicked on the lips because I didn't fill the lips in, but hopefully you've got the idea. Now I'm looking at shadows. You saw when I picked up the skin tone, the shadow up here made the skin look completely the wrong colour. But I'm using that as a template to go over to the... And instead of white now, I'm making it dark, no stroke. I'm blurring it to give that shadow there, and I'm also taking the opacity down so it doesn't look quite so heavy. And you can do that with lights and shadows and things until you've got quite a good likeness. It really does make a difference when you've added those effects, because until then it just looks a bit too flat, the picture. And now I'm suggesting that the group has a go, so that's probably enough. In real time, that took me, with interruptions, it took me about 20 minutes. But that's enough of an introduction to get them to follow the tutorial now and to get some pretty good results. You don't really want to be spending longer than about 10 or 15 minutes giving a demonstration. I'm just showing how to save here. When we save it, we save as a scalable vector graphic. You can zoom that in and out, you can group it, you can scale it, do whatever you like with it. It's all based on maths. If you want to use it in another graphics package or another package like a word processor or something, or a PowerPoint or a web page, then you need to export the PNG image. Obviously, exporting it as a PNG will give it transparency. But you can put a background on if you want. I was just again messing around with fades and trying to explain how fades work here, and how you can make it fade from one colour to another. With different amounts of opacity and points of the blur, or the fade, sorry. Now, I'm not suggesting that looks good at the moment. I was explaining a whole load of techniques. There's a lot more work that picture needs. I think that's just about it. Right, if you could have a go at creating one of those for me, chuck it up on your ePortfolio. You get stuck, as I say, refer to the tutorial more than my quick demonstration of it. Again, that was just me illustrating the pixelation as we zoom in on a bitmap. Of course, there is none on a vector image, but then they are used for different things, as well you know. Okay, so stop recording there.